Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try another deck build. Last time we did 0 Hour, or ZOPS, the light side version of ROPS. And this time we're going to try the other objective from the set that is getting a lot less attention, but that's the Thrawn objective. Great Tactician creates plans. So first thing here, we're going to open up our deck that has our starting interrupt and our shields. And we're going to make a copy, and we're just going to start throwing in cards here. Lothal, Advanced Projects Laboratory is here. And what are the other ones? Imperial Complex and Thrawn's Art Collection. So that is one of these, the Imperial Complex. Yep, there we go. And Thrawn's Art Collection. Alright, so let's take a look at what we're doing. No episode 1 or 7 cards that have ability, or any droids, or any admirals. So a lot of restrictions there to deck building, but that's fine. They want it to be on theme. You get a cost reduction on Star Destroyers, and you can pull Battleground Systems or Lothal sites. Thrawn needs to be at a battleground in order to flip, and you need 2 or more artwork cards, and essentially you get these by draining or winning a battle where Thrawn is. Okay, so if we flip that over, what is our reward? So anytime you have a battle involving an Imperial leader or TIE defenders, so that's going to be a key for deck building. We're going to want to make sure we include enough of those that we can, function with the objective. We can study an artwork card. So if it's a weapon, cancel the battle, or 0 to 2, cancel immediate attrition. 3 to 4, opponent excludes their character from battle, or 5+, add 3 to your total power. So the interesting thing here is that the opponent has some control over what they give you. They can choose, which destinies to give you, and so they can kind of limit your choices unless they lose off the top. So probably, the least influential one is probably going to be a 5 or 6, or 5, 6, or 7. Adding 3 to your power is not that big of a deal. However, the more of those they give you, the less high destiny they have in their decks. So that's an interesting choice for them. 3 to 4 are fairly easy to play around if they have the right... I guess it depends on the deck type. That's going to be really hard for mains to play around, if they only have 1 or 2 characters at the battle. But easier for decks that are a little bit swarmier. And then 0 to 2, canceling immunity to attrition. Again, for certain decks, they know they're going to lose people to attrition unless their whole board is immune, like a Yoda communing. So that could be good against them, so they probably don't want to give you any 0 or 2s, but they also probably don't want to give you any 3 or 4s since they're lighter on characters, so you could be taking some of the high destiny out of their deck. But it does take a little bit to get set up. 2 drains or battles with Thrawn is substantial. So I think what I would like to do with this deck, it kind of leans towards space with the Star Destroyers. And yeah, I guess we could push in that direction and then have our 1 battleground to try and hold down, maybe with some walkers. I really like that they have the broken link here so that they can later create a TIE Defender project. Non-rebel characters display +1. Play react. So yeah, have this as our battleground on the ground and then go from there. So one thing that I'm always tempted to do anytime we can pull systems, my mind immediately goes to, I guess before we leave here, let's put in the other characters that might work. So she works with Thrawn, controlling more systems as well, so that kind of leads it towards being a space deck, and parsec number greater than 5. She gets a power bonus, so we'll put her in there. We'll see what other cards are here. Had a Battle Destiny, so that is good. Maybe we want to try, maybe we'll try 2 just for testing purposes to see how good that is, and we can cut down from there. A used 6 is always good, and in space battles this can just all of a sudden show up from nowhere, so that could really swing a space battle. So let's put 3 of those in, why not? And then what else do we have here for Thrawn related stuff? The Levanto, so it can pull either of those or those, so he can pull those out of the deck. And then what is this? Take 1 interrupt, so this can swap for your other interrupts. Add 1 to your destiny for each artwork card on table. Okay, so that would be, this would lean towards stacking them and not spending them. I don't know. I want to put 2 in just to try them and see how it goes. Alright, so let's do that. We are then going to, yeah, so anytime I see pull a system, my mind immediately goes Bespin. Oh, we're getting some lag here. There we go. And that. That's what I want to do in every deck. But it's fairly card intensive, so maybe we won't do that in the long run, but we'll put it in there for now. Docking bay, I don't know that we'll occupy any docking bays, so we might want to run this to flip into something else. The extra grabber can sometimes be nice. That's what I'm trying to think of, something special planned so we could flip into that if we need to. As far as, we might be starting too many cards then, but we'll see. We shall see. As far as our activation goes, Kashik's another good one for draining. That's a 6 and a 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 icons. I like to get it a little higher. Sorry, I should have muted my phone. A little higher up on the icon count. So, what are some other systems that have a parsec number greater than 5? Let's see here. System. Corlight's a good system just from the 4 stream -1, but it's not above 5. car is, but it's episode 7 stuff. Hosnian, nope. Fondor is a 6, but it doesn't really matter if we're doing this. I guess we could do not the never again leave the city. We could just try to open up the card slots, and then with the -1 and the -5, this is only 9. It's not terrible. Doesn't feel as good as free, that's for sure. But you know what? Let's go a different route this time. Just to mix it up and give us some card slots. We'll see. Jet is a 4. What else are we looking at here? What's this? Lothal's in there already. Oh yeah. Well, you control at related battleground sites. You control the Imperial leader. Force Ranger +1. So that'll make this a 2. The thing that's really going to hurt us, though, is this deck is just very, very weak to Menace Fades, since it has a lot of bonuses. But Anakin or Vader. So we could have him in space. Alright. So I think that is probably good. 6-11 activation. It's a little bit light, but I guess we could look at the other Lothal sites. I don't really want to Force Generation +2 here. Don't really want to give them. Oh, Rook gets a bonus. Interesting. That makes sense. I wonder if he has any place in this deck. He works with like blasters, right? Oh, how do you spell it? Oh, there it is. Blaster, assassins. Yeah, so interesting. I guess they weren't thinking that they were going to do this maybe when they made him. It's at 15. Alright, we need a starting interrupt. That is what we need. So let's go take a look. None of those are the right ones. These ones. Not deployed an objective. That's not what we want. This is the standard. Do any of these other ones work? We could do 12 card. But then we are not starting with this out. Okay, so it looks like it's prepared defenses. And then we need another, we can play another 2 effects. Right. So what could we do? I think the obvious ones, quad drive yards, your Star Destroyers drop Battle Destiny on their own. The redundancy of deploying battlegrounds isn't really needed, but I think that is going to work well for them. 1, 2, and 1 more. We'll maybe leave it for now. I think I would like to get some Imperial commands, and then we're going to want some generals for our ground game. Veers, and we can't do Grievous, so we could do Tag. Is there any of them that say general in the lore? Oh, Commander Agar. Trample, yeah, could be. Tempest 1. It's not a general. Alright, so I think then we'll just play them all. Oh, he's really bad though. Maybe not him, maybe not him. So we want a way to pull a couple of these. 3 of those. Vengeance is our Death Squadron 1. Is Avenger part of the Death Squadron? Oh yeah, we can pull an Avenger. Download a Captain. Or an Imperial with armor. Who's a Captain that we might want? Jonas? No. Goddard. Cancel Landing Claw. Oh, we could get Captain Playan. Lennox. We want also leaders, so we want to make sure they say leader in their text. Oh yeah, there we go. Enable leader. Kurgi maybe? Nice little ping on him. Apology accepted. What does that card do again? Lose from your turn, draws 2, is immune to attrition. Okay, 2 destiny, totally immunity. Sure, let's try it. Why not? It's a 6, right? Any other captains that are worth pulling? Piet. Droid. That's fine. Who's our other Death Squadron Star Destroyer? Vengeance. It's not the Stalker. Tyrant. Let's take a peek here. Oh yeah, we want the Blizzard 8. It is the Stalker. And the Tyrant. Okay. Cool. Do we put the Conquest in just cause it cancels, interrupts? What's the one that reacts? Binder is an interdictor, is not an Imperial class. But that's okay, it's still pretty good. Oh, it doesn't draw on its own. Oh, but they can react to it, so it's probably fine. Alright, so at the ground, Blizzard Scout 5 is good. We have Veers, we have that. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Oh, I guess the card we probably want to play is this. If we're going to pull Thrawn, pull the Chimera, and go. And then we need Thrawn. The ground version, non-AI, or the regular guy. I think just do the regular. Play multiple copies because we need him. Oh, I know what we can start. Is this a starting effect one? Where is it? That one if you have all Imperials. No, that's not the one. It's like Domination or something. This is the underneath card. Frick, what's it called? Lets you redraw Destiny, doesn't it? Here it is. Imperial Enforcement. Lost if you're non-Imperial character, unless you occupy fewer. Immune to alter. Okay. So we're starting. Oh no, we've got too many. Alert. Quad drive yards. So we can play this though. We don't need to start it. Unless we're going to play non-Imperials, but right now it looks like we are not. So the other thing was leaders. Imperial leaders can't play admirals. Oh, or Imperials with armor. So we could do an Imperial with armor as well. John Devad is good. David John, whatever. Oh yeah, we need some form of Vader. Some form of Vader. Seems good. We got a lot of ones. We probably need Sith Fury. Could play Palpatine. Oh, Price. Tarkin, of course. Everybody loves Tarkin, right? Non-unique Star Destroyer. We don't want the other. This Krennic. It's good. For dealing with undercover spies. We do want one of him, so they can't screw with our destinies. And maybe a Sard. Yeah, we've got Krennic to do that. Alright, so we're at 61 cards. We haven't added anything like Sith Fury or anything else like that. So maybe, what are we going to cut down on here? Maybe just 2 of these. We don't even have like barrier. We have like no no whatchamacallit, utility interrupts. I think probably if I was building the deck, I would probably cut one of these and one of these for now to see how it works, but I think we want to play them for sure in the first game and see how they function. So maybe we could cut this and start this. Cut that as well. Let's cut one of those. Let's cut one of these. We do have 3 Thrawns. Alright. I think there's not enough utility interrupts in here. There's too many bodies probably, but you know what? Too many characters. Oh, we don't even have like trample or anything for our walkers to defend our site. We should probably have a trample. One, 2, 4 Star Destroyers. We got extras. Maybe we don't need David John. Let's throw in a trample. Just cause. Alright. So that's kind of our rough draft here. We'll play a couple games and see what we can add and refine and change and edit. But from a first build, we'll see how it goes. All right. Thanks for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.